Hi parents, this video is going to be about how to help your child with sight words and what I like to call heart words. Now these things are, they overlap, but your child's teacher has probably asked you to help practice sight words at home. Now some sight words are very common words that follow all the rules of the English language. So an example of a common word might be not. So in the word not, I hear three sounds. Not. N-a-t. N-a-t. The sounds and the letters that spell the sounds are exactly what we would expect. N is spelled by N. O-a. Na is spelled by O. Not. And t is spelled by T. So this is a sight word. This is a word that you want your child to just, at some point, they've read it so many times they don't have to think about it at all. Not. And each of the sounds in the word is spelled by the letter that you would expect. It follows the rules. Is another way that some people will say it. The really tricky sight words are the ones where they're known as irregular words, or some part of the word doesn't follow the rules. So here's the thing to know about these kinds of words that can really help kids too. In most of these words, most of the letters or the sounds and the letters match in the way that you would expect. And it might only be one sound that is spelled in an unexpected way. And that sound, that spelling of that sound is the one that you want your child to know. They're going to have to memorize that one. They're going to have to know it by heart. And that's why we call it a heart word. So I'll give you an example of one of these. Let's take the word what. So what. How many sounds do we hear in what? W, t. Okay, 3 sounds. W, t. How do we expect w to be spelled? Well, kindergartners are going to learn that w is spelled by W. W, t. Let's go to the last sound next. T. How do we think t is spelled? Yep, with a T. Okay, so here's the tricky part about the word what. Most kindergartners aren't going to know yet that the w sound can also be spelled by WH. That's a 2-letter spelling of the w sound. And that follows the rules of the English language. That's not an irregular or against the rules spelling. It's just something that kindergartners usually haven't been taught yet. So the w is spelled by WH. What was our middle sound? W. Okay. Now, kids might say, that's spelled by you. That's spelled by you. Well, this is the tricky part about this word. The word what, the sound is spelled by the A. And that is the part of the word that we need to learn by heart. So when you're helping your child with these sight words, these heart words, one way you can help them is by pointing out which parts of the word are spelled in the way that you would expect and which parts of the word are different or unexpected. And those are the parts that you would need to know by heart, like in the word what. I'll do one more example with you. So the word said. Said. S-ed. Okay, how do we think s is spelled at the beginning of said? Yep, you're right. S. Okay, how about said? How about the d at the end? Yep, a D. Said. That sound in the middle. How would you expect that to be spelled? With an E? Okay, that would make total sense. Really good idea. In this word, though, the sound is spelled by an A and an I together, and that's not usually the sound that represents. But in this word, when we see the A and the I, we know it represents the sound. S-ed. And that is the part of the word that we need to know by heart. So drawing your child's attention to the parts of words that are spelled just how you would expect, and the parts that are spelled differently, can help your child see that much of these words they can use their sounding out skills. They can use what they know about sounds and letters. And then this part they have to memorize by heart to be able to know how to read and spell that part of the word. There's a lot more to say about sight words, but that's one core idea, one helpful nugget I hope that you can take with you if you're trying to practice sight words with your child at home, whether it's for reading or spelling them. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Thanks.